We know a lot of times people ask, well, what do I get when I hire a business coach? Hey, it's Scott Beebe with Business on Purpose. You know, when you go to the local sporting arena and pay money, you get a seat to watch a game. When you go to the grocery store and pay money, you get food and drinks. When you go to a business coach and pay money, what do you get? While it varies from coaching service to coaching service, I'm going to lay out the 7 deliverables you should look to get from a business coach. So let's start. First, a documented system with a visual roadmap. The world of business coaching really does have a low barrier to entry, like marketers or window washing or online retailers. There's some really good ones, but then there's a lot that really struggle. There's not much resistance to a person hanging a shingle and calling themselves a business coach. Certifications are fine, but often the certification tells you more about a class or a course that a business coach completed than it does about the system that they're ready and equipped to coach you through. A simple way to determine the compatibility of your business coach in anticipating for a coaching relationship is to ask a simple question. Can you show me your system? One of my favorite quotes, if you don't write it down, you don't own it. We believe in it so much that one of our 5 core values is write it down. Write it down. A good business coaching service will always have a documented system laid out and ready to be customized for your implementation. So just ask, can you show me your system? Number 2, a good coach should have a predictable onboarding sequence. I received the congratulations email from Pfizer, and inside was an overwhelming list of next steps, documents, trainings, and all the other elements, dates, and times that I would need as I joined the Pfizer culture early in my career. Good business coaching services will have a clear onboarding sequence that will walk you through the process of becoming a successful client. Some of the elements of good onboarding include an introduction to the team, if applicable, or how payment is set up, navigating any necessary technology, important coaching and community dates and times, and a peek into what a coaching session and accountability cycle looks like. Over-communication will be the goal of a good business coaching service, so look for that. The third thing is you want calendared, structured coaching times. I was meeting with a counselor for a couple of sessions, and he ended our last session with, hey, call me when you need me. I only went back once, not because I didn't need it, but because it just wasn't on the calendar. A good business coaching service will lay out a recurring series of structured coaching sessions, days of the week, time of the day, and the time allotted for each meeting. Overwhelmed business owners typically think, well, the more the better when it comes to coaching meetings. It's actually not true. When we first started, we met with business owners 4 times a month, and their overwhelm didn't decrease, it increased. So we've tested and realized that an every other weekly meeting cycle of coaching meetings provides the overwhelmed business owner and their team with a helpful amount of time to implement and prepare for the next coaching time. Now, don't worry, you'll have plenty of things to implement. So that's where the 4th element of good business coaching comes in. The 4th is a flipped classroom coaching time, aka homework. Business coaching services that put in the extra work of digitizing the repetitive elements of their coaching are the services that offer the most thorough engagement with business owners and their teams. In education, they call it a flipped classroom model. In fact, I found this article out of Michigan State that describes the flipped classroom model as a direct instruction moving from the group learning space, what we call structured coaching sessions, to individual learning spaces, and the resulting group space is transformed into a dynamic, interactive learning environment where the educator, or the business coach in this case, guides students, that would be you, the business owner and the key leaders, as they apply concepts and engage creatively in the subject matter. And that's the coaching system. In other words, much of the coaching instruction that is repeatable will be done outside of the coaching time so that the business owner and their team maximizes their time with the coach focused on the customized and creative implementation of that instruction. The 5th thing you need to be looking for, accountability and written coaching notes. One of the most common frustrations among business owners and key leaders with business coaching services are a failure to revisit the very things they were supposed to be held accountable for. Focus and accountability are the 2 most common desires business owners have as they invest in business coaching services. Leveraging a simple system of written, cloud-based coaching notes, such as a Google Doc, amidst the structured coaching sessions, focus and accountability necessarily skyrocket, leading to a liberation from business chaos. The sixth thing you should be looking for are what we call in-between access. Hey, listen, sometimes things happen. The cycle of business does not always happen in perfect sequence. In fact, it rarely does. We will admit many business owners create their own chaos. It's true, but sometimes chaos is out of your control. So a good business coaching service will communicate with clear boundaries how they can be accessed outside of regularly structured coaching times, and will also want to hear from you about your own boundaries. Your coach doesn't want to violate yours either. Typically, a good business coach will have a full coaching schedule while leaving margin for callbacks and check-ins. When you call your coach outside of structured coaching times, a good business coach would simply respond with a thoughtful text, "Hey, I'm in a coaching meeting. Can I call you at 4 p.m. this afternoon?" If you're desiring healthy boundaries for your own life and business, be wary of a coach who does not hold to boundaries themselves. Number 7, what you should be looking for is a connection to a community of peers. Yeah, you might not have expected that, but peer connection within a business owner community is hit or miss within good business coaching services, primarily because it's hard to build and requires constant effort from the business coach. The value of peer community of business owners is exponential. Throughout the summer, this past summer, we had business owners that we were coaching in the same geography travel to meet up with other clients of ours so that they could mastermind together and also see, quote, behind the curtain of businesses in different industries. They connected. There was peer connection. And the experience has been golden. What would have taken me as a coach a month to convince a business owner to implement takes a fraction of the time when it's boosted by their peers. You know, Dan Miller said it best: people come for the content, but they stay for the community. Maybe we could say it this way: people come from the coaching, but they stay for the connection. It's true. Business coaching can be a massive long-term value for you and your business if you'll commit to work with a coach who provides those 7 deliverables. So if you're curious about the business on purpose coaching services provided, let me lay out these 7 deliverables. The business on purpose coaching deliverables look like this. Your business coaching experience should work to liberate you from business chaos. And in the same way that sport coaches walk with athletes through exciting and grueling moments, so your business coach will be with you in an all-out, consistent, principled effort to liberate you from business chaos. In a moment, we're going to walk through what you get in a business on purpose coaching relationship. But more importantly, and we're serious about this, is what you're willing to give. Are you ready to commit 2 to 5 hours per week to work on your business? Are you ready to think intentionally through your vision? That's your destination, your mission, or why you're doing this business in the first place. And are you willing to think through your values, how you consistently make decisions? Are you ready to do the hard work of mapping out systems and processes? Are you ready to do the hard work of ongoing, repetitive implementation? If so, then you must be ready to enjoy a business that makes time for what matters most. So, if you're willing to give the time and effort, then let's dive in to what you will get. First, the business on purpose installation and implementation roadmaps. Both. Any good coach operates from a playbook or a roadmap that has been built through thousands of hours of coaching in the trenches. So throughout your business on purpose coaching experience, there are 2 complementary roadmaps that your coach will use to guide your coaching relationship with purpose and intentionality. The business on purpose installation roadmap will be a visual guide allowing you and your team to see the necessary elements that you'll need to be installed in your business to thrust your business to the vision that you see. You, your coach, and your team will use the business on purpose implementation roadmap as an ongoing accountability to ensure long-range implementation of the foundational elements that you have worked so hard to install. Both roadmaps will be guiding you for the life of your business. They'll never go away. The second thing you'll get, personalized onboarding. Man, this is important. One of our 5 business on purpose core values is work on the dock, which drives us to get our hands dirty. We want to be in the trenches with you. There's so much that can be digitally automated, and we do that. And at appropriate times, we've leveraged helpful technology like our business on purpose roadmap. But onboarding is not necessarily one of those that we just want to leave to digital technology. We've decided to invest heavily in a live onboarding experience just for you. A friendly business on purpose team member will schedule a live meetup via Zoom with you and your team to walk you through the digital tools you need to implement the Business on Purpose coaching experience. The third thing you get, a dedicated coach with set coaching times. Now, we assume that this is what everybody knows is coming. Your coach will be the one to help you navigate the complex waters of your business. You will have structured coaching sessions with your coach each month that are roadmap-driven, accountability-centered, and coach-led. These times are set apart and should be guarded at all cost. These structured meetings are the lifeblood of coaching. We've got to make them happen on time and on frequency. The fourth thing you'll get in a Business on Purpose coaching experience is fully unlocked access to the Business on Purpose roadmap. Wow, this is powerful. While coaching heroic business owners over the years, we have spent the time and the money to capture the foundational principles of what it takes to build a business on purpose. Each of these foundational principles has been captured both via succinct video and ready-to-use templates and live within a digital home we call the Business on Purpose roadmap, and it's just for you. Both you and your team will have unlimited access to this game-changing platform. Our purpose with the Business on Purpose roadmap is to flip the classroom. So we maximize our live coaching time, focused on applying and implementing the principles learned through the roadmap. This is not your only method of coaching, but it is certainly a powerful supplement to your live coaching meetings. The fifth thing that you'll get with a Business on Purpose coaching experience is on-demand written coaching notes. We are obsessed with physically writing things down. That's why write it down is one of our 5 core values. Your coach will set up a simple cloud-based document that will be the central hub for everything that you and your team are being coached on. Throughout the week, you are encouraged, guided by your weekly schedule, to open up and review your coaching notes along with tracking progress on your action items that your coach assigned during your live coaching time. The sixth thing you get is in-between access and availability. See, you and your coach will have a brief discussion about both of your availability schedules outside of structured coaching sessions. So typically a coach will want you to have their cell phone number saved so you can text them with questions, thoughts, clarifications, and ideas. Although your coach will have a focused weekly schedule, the same tool you'll use for your own business, they will be excited to get back in touch with you within a reasonable time frame for situations that pop up at random. The seventh thing you'll get, the Business on Purpose community. Wow, this may be the most difficult element to explain, but I will tell you this, it may be the most powerful. Many owners, and coaches for that matter, see coaching as an isolated experience. One coach, one owner. We see it very differently. We made an intentional decision back in 2016 to begin investing heavily and leveraging what we called healthy peer pressure to encourage and support each business owner we work with. As a Business on Purpose client, you will receive early access to our Business on Purpose 12-week plan live events. There is a fee involved with those events because we have to put it on in person. And that typically takes place in Bluffton, South Carolina, in the Low Country during the months of September, December, and March of each year. If you cannot make it in person, we have other virtual options that we offer throughout the year to provide you with massive value, including webinars, periodic business owner huddles, member calls, Facebook Live trainings, on-demand training content. We are online a lot, and loads of testimonials and encouragement. We promise you will not have a lack of content and connection. The question is, will you take advantage of this treasure box of value? We will not underdeliver. The biggest value you'll receive through this whole thing, out of all the 7 items mentioned above, as powerful and as necessary they are, you have to understand they only exist on purpose to lead you to what we ultimately wish for you to receive. And that is a Business on Purpose, where you are liberated from business chaos and spend time working on your business so you can make time and enjoy what matters most. Hey, I want you to hear me clearly. We are so proud of you. So let's get started.